Everyone, my name is Michelle and I do 5-star book reviews, and today I am so excited to talk about this book right here that you are looking at the cover of, A Fire Sparkling by Julianne McLean. This book came out July 1st. I'm a little bit late to the game, but I never pass up a book by Lake Union author. They are one of my favorite groups of authors, okay? When you're reading a Lake Union book, you know it's going to be amazing. I'm sorry. It just is, okay? I love them so much. Okay, but this book was beyond amazing. Beyond. Okay, let's go through some facts. 432 pages, World War II historical fiction, one of my favorite time periods. Time periods to read about. 985 5-star reviews on Amazon. I saw that today, and before I started writing my little notes up, I was like, I'm making it my life's mission to make sure everybody has heard about this book. And then I saw, oh, she already has 985 5-star reviews on Amazon. Maybe she doesn't need me, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Julianne does not need me. She's written over like 30 books, but this is the first book I've read by her. And right away, as soon as I read the last page, I went on her website and I signed up for her newsletter. And I never do that because I hate emails. And I was like, I got to know what she's doing. I have to read her next book. And I get so emotional when I read a good book. I'm like, I start to tear up because I'm like, it was that good. Do you understand? It was that good. And I find I'm getting so picky about historical fiction. I read so much of it that if by the third chapter I know what's going to happen, I'm like, no. And then I'll see other people are like, oh, it's best book. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to know. This book, you have no idea what's going to happen. None. So don't even bother. Okay? It is crazy. Crazy, Julianne. I love this story so much. Okay, up on your screen, let's go through some things here because I am not the only one who says this. First of all, Amazon blurb. From the USA Today, best-selling author of A Curve in the Road comes a spellbinding novel about one woman's love, loss, and courage during wartime. That's just the tip of the iceberg, okay? Then here we go from Jane Healy. Julianne McLean's A Fire Sparkling is a beautiful, sweeping tale about love, courage, family secrets, and forgiveness that is impossible to put down. I so agree with Jane because I was listening to it in my car and then I was reading it and I was standing in line at the grocery store like I do when I'm reading a good book, just reading, standing in line. And at this one point, I was like, oh, and then everybody turned around like, what? And I'm like, oh, I'm just reading a good book. Want to hear about it? Anybody want to hear about it? Because that's how good this book is, all right? So let's go to the first line. Well, it's not the first line. When I saw the title, A Fire Sparkling, I was like, that's an interesting title. I mean, first of all, let's talk about this cover, all right? Beautiful cover. But I was like, what is that? I wonder what that is. I can't wait to find out when I'm reading. Well, first page, okay. Love is smoke raised with the fume of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes by William Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. And then I was like, oh, there it is. Oh, that's awesome, Julianne. What an amazing title. All right, let's go to all the other reasons I love this book, okay? We have 3 points of views, 2 timelines. We have the present with Julianne, see how confusing that is? Julianne wrote the book. Jillian, main character. Okay, so we've got, I'm like saying weird names now, no worries. Jillian Gibbons, present. And then we have Vivian and April, who are twins in 1939. Their storyline starts. And I have to be very careful. I'm going to take a pause so I can think about what I'm going to say so I don't give away anything. So we open the story with Jillian finding out about her grandmother in World War II. And then we go back to 19 Kids. Is that vague enough? I hope so. I want to be really vague, and people are like, oh, you didn't tell us enough. Right, exactly, because I'm not going to spoil this book. So that's what is going on here. And we start off with Jillian's story. And I was like, I couldn't wait to get to Jillian's part, but then I became so engrossed with the storyline taking place during World War II. It is crazy. Oh my God. So anyway, Julianne, the author, She lives in Nova Scotia, which I didn't know. And like I said, I didn't know that much about her, but the fact that she was a Lake Union author, I was like, I know I'm going to love this book. And it surpassed every expectation I had. First of all, Lake Union, best covers. I mean, seriously, their covers have taken on, they've been like the bar now with their covers, I swear to God. And then their books. And so, Julianne, I can't wait to see what your next book is. I am subscribed to your newsletter, so I will be finding out about it. And if I had time in my life, I would go back and read every single one of your books and do a book review. That's how amazing of a writer I think you are. This book was incredible. I'm trying to think of other terms have I used. What haven't I used yet? I don't know. If you guys can't tell how good this book is because I'm so tongue-tied, then I don't know what to say. You are a historical fiction reader, right? If you love historical fiction, put this book on your list. This is one you need to read, especially if you like World War II historical fiction. And so, thank you, Julianne. I can't wait. I will be one of your first readers on your next book. I promise. And I already know what I'm reading next, and it's completely different. So until my next book,